Hello, I'm here with Manmohan Ganesh from ProFX. How are you doing today?
Very well, thank you.
I want to talk to you about commercial AV and residential AV. There seems to be this split between the two, but logically there shouldn't. It's essentially signal from point A to point B. But ProFX handles both sides of the market. Can you tell me about some of the challenges of doing both of them? How do you manage this?
Right, so obviously, the difference is when you're dealing with individual customers and there's a lot of emotional play, there are a lot of changes in decisions, the wife wants something, husband wants something, versus when you work with a company and you get a very clear brief, this is what we want, and then you deal with somebody who technically understands what you're explaining. So I guess from a customer point of view, you're dealing with completely different animals. So for some people who've been used to dealing with residential, I think it's easy doing residential. When you do commercial and you're used to a fast pace kind of schedule, it's not for a home to take 2 years to get ready. So I guess it's that which prevents the commercial guys from getting into residential. But what happens with people like us is we've noticed in recent years when we worked for, say, a really premium HNI customer, and we've done something for his house, and then he starts saying that this is not what I have at work. Will you guys come over and, do something for us, just my office or my boardroom or my conference? So that's what actually brought us into the commercial space. We were not there at all. Then we realized, of course, it's easier from a time schedule point of view to do a commercial project, but there's a lot more competition, right? So, when you have tendered projects, often nobody's actually paying you a premium for a little better quality of work which you're doing, because this is the BOQ, what's your cost, somebody else's cost. So in the residential, I think you get noticed for the finer detail of what you do, the personalization, some innovation. In commercial spaces, people don't want a lot of that. They want, I've given you an order, do exactly what I've asked for, don't do anything else. So both are quite different. We've actually been drawn from residential into commercial, where we like doing both. But within our organization, we had to have separate teams because, again, it's a question of, somebody says they're dealing with that individual, I can't handle that anymore. We program, we do a Crestron touch panel, and then all the buttons, everything on the keypad have been figured out. And then the wife comes home and says, what is that? Why is the light on the left and why is the blinds on the right? I want it the other way around. We change that. Next day, the husband comes and says, who the hell are you taking instructions from? I'm the one paying you. Go back to what I said. So those are the challenges. Yeah.
So you're saying that it's not so much as being specialized in different technology, it's more being specialized in handling different types of customers.
Exactly. So I guess, people who do commercial, while there's obviously various elements of it, but we find that if you are kind of good at a couple of things, you can pull it off and do, irrespective of the size of the project, you can manage it. But in residential, when you're handling individuals and everybody's got their own piece of kit that they would like integrated, and somebody says I want this gaming, and somebody says I want that, and somebody wants security, and somebody wants a different kind of security because they're not okay with touching a finger on something, and it's like that's a different ballgame. Then you got to kind of be specialized in a number of things. Yeah.
I'm gonna press you on picking a favorite. Do you have one? Is it resi? Is it commercial?
So we have been in resi for so long. I think we'd still call ourselves as a resi integrator, but when we want a large project, we still want that. So so that's obviously the size of the project that matters. Yeah.
Manmohan, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.